Previously on The Sweet Life of Mary Kay. Sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Sweet Life of Mary Kay. I'm Sweet Mary Kay, and welcome to the Transparency Series, episode 2. We last left off. I'm not gonna go through all that. You better go watch that video so you can know where we left off at, and I'm gonna get started. So at this point, I put my transfer into the Walmart in Mississippi, and I could not hear anything from them. I called and called and called and called and called, and they pretty much acted like they were clueless. So I told myself, okay, I'm not gonna trip. I'm gonna wait till I actually get to Mississippi. I'm not gonna be anxious about it because I know, it's gonna work out. So we were just getting ready to move. It was time for our going away dinner, and it was just becoming more real. And when I tell you, I cried so hard at that going away dinner. I mean, people said some beautiful things. People really came out, and you could tell that my family really left an impact on Goldsboro, North Carolina. And for that, I'll forever be grateful for that. I've created some of the best memories living in North Carolina. So we got on the road August 10th, and we drove. We stopped in Alabama, and we spent the night, and then we got to Mississippi the very next day. And I had mixed emotions. It's like, for one, at one point I was excited because we left, but it's like deep down I still wasn't satisfied, and I knew that it wasn't going to be everything that I thought, or no, everything I wanted it to be anyway. But we still got here, and it's like my life had changed instantly, because I mean, I was in a new environment, and it was just time for a fresh start. Now for me, we got there on a Thursday, so school was going to start on Monday. And so I went to campus on Friday to make sure I was registered, make sure everything was straight, got my ID, and I also decided to live on campus. But I didn't get registered to live on campus until maybe that Tuesday or Wednesday. And y'all, that was such a different experience. Now, if you don't know anything about Mississippi, the community colleges here, they have residential living, so you're able to live on campus as you would at a university. And that was so different for me, but I knew that I needed to explore that. I knew that I needed to take a break from my loving parents who I love so much. I needed to get up out of the house. And so I got into housing, and immediately that day I was like, man, I don't want to live on campus. And I was just really emotional, honestly. I was very double-minded. The Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and I really was double-minded, and I just was really acting off of my emotions, which is never good. And so I did decide to stick it out, and when I tell y'all I cried every night, I was so depressed. And I think it was self-infliction. Like, I caused that. I could have chose to be content. I could have chose to trust God and to know that there was a reason for me being here. But instead, I complained, I cried, and I had a negative attitude, and it was my fault. So I got to Mississippi. I got into school. I got into housing. I did not get into my job. It really was like the Lord had erased any memory of me as a Walmart employee. Now, mind you, I hated Walmart. Hated it before I left. Talked about how I was gonna quit, how I didn't want to stay there, but yet I needed Walmart because I needed a job. And I did not get the job. Whenever I would call, it's like they had no idea who I was. It's like I was a stranger. They act like I was an alien off another planet, because they were like, Mary, who? We don't know you. You don't work here. Your transfer didn't go through. So for the next 3 months, your girl did not have a job. Now, mind you, I complained about that. I'm telling you, like, I had some issues. Like, I was really acting up. I had a bad attitude. I complained about not living in North Carolina. I was like, man, I want to go back. I want to move back now. And it's like, girl, Your mind was all over the place. You gotta get some stability, because one minute you complaining about living in Goldsboro, and the next you want to go back and you complaining about living in Mississippi, and it's never gonna be what you want. So like, I really was tripping. So one day the Lord really spoke to me, and he was just like, you gotta change your attitude, because if you don't, you will be miserable. And so I said, okay, God, I gotta change. Now pause, because I forgot to tell you something. When I had started my classes, and y'all, I was just like, man, I don't care. I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna get no good GPA. I just really don't care. I don't want to be in school no more. And I knew that I had wanted, you know, I knew I wanted to be in school. I knew I made that choice. So honestly, guys, you really gotta submit your life to the Lord, because if you don't, you will allow your emotions to literally make you go crazy. And my emotions were all over the place because I wasn't submitted like I was supposed to, because I wasn't submitting to his plan, because I wasn't having a positive attitude and just allowing him to work in my life. So I decided to change my attitude. And when I did that, one random day my dad went to Walmart, and when he told me, when I called him, he was at Walmart, and I was thinking like, Dad, try to give me a job. Like, this is the Walmart that I was supposed to work at. And do you know that he ran into assistant manager, and I got hired? Now that assistant manager, when I called originally to get my transfer, and he wasn't there. He was on some type of military leave. Then it's like he came back at the right time. As soon as I said that I was gonna change my attitude, he came back, and I instantly drove up there. He had someone set up an interview with me, and your girl became a Walmart employee again. And I said, God, I am not gonna complain about working at Walmart anymore. Now some days, you know, it gets hard and your girl be ready to quit, but I'm forever grateful that the Lord worked it out. All I had to do was change my attitude. That's all I had to do, and I got a job. I'm gonna stop there because it's time for episode 3. So tune in, make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss it. See you later.